All right, so let's start here. So for you, as I said, the qualities for you and your person are interchangeable. So see how it comes in for you. We've got Freya bold and we've got Scorpio I transform. So the Freya energy, Friday comes from Freya. So this is about, she's got wings on her helmet. She's got crystals. So this is about using your intuition as well, and you know, asserting your kind of your independence in some ways. So unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. Okay, so this is what you're being asked to do. And, you know, be bold, love your body, love your energy, love everything you're doing. But it's very much self-appreciation focused. That's what Freya is meaning here. But she's also saying that don't be afraid to take a risk and be daring, to actually step out, to try new things, to even perhaps approach your relationship differently. That may be the case, or it could be a new relationship, depending on your situation. All right, you must apply it as you see fit. If you've been with your person for a long time already, then this could be just a changing, a sort of a step up for you, trying new things, perhaps stepping out in some way, or just making a bold approach to transforming the way things have been. So whether it's a regeneration and a renewal, or whether it is the stoking of the fires within a new romance or a new relationship, take it as it resonates. This is also about sexuality with Scorpio. And with Freya's bold, that's the same sort of thing. It's your sexual energy, exploring that. You can use that to manifest as well. There's lots of ways that sexual energy can benefit you, but it's all about your intention and about obviously honesty as well. And, bring that fun element and bring that adventurous and, trying new things and just exploring, live your life, enjoy your life, make the most of it. And that is very much what her energy is about. And the Scorpio is you're going to be transforming something that, perhaps has already been there, whether this is your approach to relationships in general, or whether it's your approach to this relationship, especially if you've been together for some time. It's something needs to be changed up. Something needs to be let go of. Old things, old ways, old attitudes, old beliefs, or old modes of behavior. Something needs to be transformed, to be let go of. So it's a releasing of the old to bring in the new. That is very much a Scorpionic quality. There may be a bit of an ego battle, whether this is your ego that is needing to be addressed, which is often just based on a fear, really. So examine your fears. Things could be rising up under the Scorpio energy. You could be either unleashing your bold and your adventurous side, or you could be releasing your fears around that. Okay, so something is coming up from underneath, something rises up to be addressed, but it could also be a little bit of an energy struggle or an ego struggle between you and your person. But just take it as it resonates. But it's something needs to be transformed. Something needs to be aired. Something needs to be brought to the surface, to be looked at and faced. Let go of the fear around it, because quite often it has no fear once you face it. And then transform it. Find ways to try new things, be bold, be adventurous, and step out of where you have been for a while. You may have been in a rut, so try new things. It could also be that there's as I said, issues to do with sexuality. It could be regeneration or renewal, whether this is from a health perspective or a relationship perspective. It can also be, birthing of something. So birthing, whether it's physical birthing within the body, or whether it's birthing of a new relationship or birthing of new conditions, So take it as it resonates. But something is definitely falling away here. Something needs to be let go of so that you can bring the fresh energies in, the fresh, outlook, attitudes, beliefs, and all of that. Now, it's a very energetic, very intense energy, this, but find outlets for it. So, it could be exercising your energy in a number of ways. Obviously, sexuality comes into it, but it could also be trying new things socially or doing things together in the outdoors, whatever it may be. Just be a bit more adventurous, try new things, and transform this old to new. That's really what it is. So we have got here full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. So whether this is within your own situation or it's the situation we are approaching here, we will get to this because we've got the solar eclipse. So it's saying that you're on the way to sorting things out. Now, we have already been through a full moon eclipse, so whatever came out, whatever was aired, whatever was sorted out, you're still working on it, I can see, and so is your person. But it's saying that there are conclusions on the way. So whatever, it really is determined, especially with the solar eclipse, it's determined by your attitude, by your beliefs, by your willingness to change, your mastery of change, okay? Mastering your emotions, your, controlling of your emotions, but also being willing to make changes, being optimistic, trying new things, stepping out of your comfort zone. All of these things come in. And as soon as you are open to that and you initiate change, you manage the change, you take charge of the change, then you will reach your conclusion in a much more harmonious and enlightening way. Whereas if you dig your heels in with resistance, then it creates all kinds of drama. So rather go with the change, approach it, talk about it, discuss it, figure out ways, be open and optimistic, and that will bring you through this transition in a good way. So now we've got here, for your person, we've got Saturn return age, and we've got Athena in the wisdom. So a lot of green energy. This is heart chakra. So everything to do with the heart chakra coming in. And this is saying that this person is maybe seeing the fruits of what they have sown, they're reaping now. So whether this is disappointment or whether this is things that they tried before that haven't worked, and they're seeing that they haven't worked, so this is where the disappointment comes in. It could also be that they are now looking at things in their past and seeing them differently than how they looked while they were in those years or those times. So it's kind of like a review. Saturn return is a course correct. Okay, this is a release and a redirect of energy. So it's a release from where the energy has been for however long, whether it's a short time or a long time, or through repetitive previous relationships, whatever the situation is, releasing energy from there to redirect it into a more positive direction. So this person could now be going through a review period where they are now releasing their energies from things that they've done before. They've served their purpose, and now it's time to go after their own dreams, their own goals. They need to take responsibility for their own goals and their own dreams, all right, to make those happen. This is going to require effort. It's going to require being responsible, being mature. But it's like a course correct of some sort. It can also be a second chance situation as well. So whether you and your person have been through a rough patch and you're now regenerating and renewing, or whatever the situation is, or you could be going for more independent activities, or a different path, take it as it resonates for you. But this person is definitely going through a review, and in some cases they may be feeling that they are too old or too young to be making these changes, or making yet another commitment, or making changes to the way that they have lived their lives so far. But they mustn't let those fears stand in their way. Okay. They need to take care of their body as well. But they also need to, come out of a very fixed mindset or old fashioned or old ways of doing things. They need to change things up and move forward into a new era, as it were. And so this is where the course correct comes in. It's pulling their energy back from where it has been for a long time, or in multiple situations, pulling their energy back, having a thorough review, and now taking responsibility for their dreams and their goals and moving forward. It will require work, as I said. And in some cases, it can be a very realistic look at what has worked and what hasn't worked. But there is a strong second chance ability here. So what should have, could have, would have, all of those things go out the window. And now it becomes, what is my foundation? What am I going to build now going forward? What am I going to build for myself going forward now? Because ultimately, if they are strong in themselves and they have got a good, strong foundation, then they can create that for the relationship, if that is the case. Okay. So this is about creating a very strong foundation for them, and ultimately for the ones that they care about going forward. And whatever gets built under a Saturn return will be strong and will be long lasting, but it's going to require effort. They're also going to need to I feel this is all to do with matters of the heart, relationships, experiences, and so on. With Athena, inner wisdom, this is saying you know what to do, trust your inner wisdom, and take appropriate action without delay. So there's action required here. So there's a release and redirect. There's a course correct involved. Full moon is important. So this is full moon will be in Capricorn on the 24th of June. And this is, as I said, it's a business-like approach. It's setting up a plan. It's a very mature approach, and it's laying it out. It's also a result. You know, in some cases, it can be about forgiveness and gratitude as well. They may have to forgive themselves for certain things to release their energy from the past. They may also be grateful that they are where they are, and they are now counting their blessings. That can also come in. So for whatever their situation is, it's tapping into their inner wisdom. They must listen to their inner voice at this time. Okay, that is going to guide them and their spirit team, but there's communication involved here. And they need to actually lay out a plan, come up with the course of action that they intend to follow, and stick with it, because whatever they create under a Saturn return, but it must be for them. It must be something that is going to uplift them and put them in a very good position, and then they can create for their nearest and dearest, which would be you, or however that, could be your family, whatever your situation is. It's about course correction. Now, for the current situation, we've got here Donna High Priestess and Solar Eclipse Revolution. So as I said to you, the solar eclipse energy is a revolution. This is about mastering change, all right? So changes will have come up. In some cases, they may have been quite abrupt, or there might have been quite a massive upheaval, or it could have just been a sheer realization, a perception shift. Suddenly getting an understanding of what it is that needs to be done, or what is the path going forward, or what needs to be done. So whichever way, it could have been both even. But this is about self-mastery, number one, mastering of taking responsibility for their own happiness, taking responsibility for their own course in life, because they're going to be changing course in some direction here now. So taking control of that, but also mastering change. And this obviously is for yourself, because you've got the Scorpio I transform, and you are being asked to be bold, to step out. Step out of a very fixed mindset, as I said, and try new things. So the solar eclipse is all about mastering change. How are you going to master the changes that are unfolding around you? Your attitude, your optimism, your approach is going to determine how this transition unfolds. It can be painful, or it can be enlightening. It can be a massive realization. It can really move you into a brand new space. So this can affect relationships. It can affect where you live, and it can affect professions, whatever the situation is. In some cases, it can be a complete change of direction, like a turning point or an epiphany, or it can be where you've got to dive in to fix, change, or create something and make it better than what it was before. So if this is your existing relationship, the opportunity to do that is huge, or it could be a change of direction, whatever the situation is for your particular circumstances. And then we've got here Dana High Priestess. So you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So I do feel you need to redirect your intuitive and your communication abilities into this situation. It's about using your inherent knowledge, your divine knowledge. Now, this can come in many different ways. It can come in via dreams. It can come in via intuitions, via your gut feelings. It can also be through the work that you do. You could be receiving inspiration or guidance, or your imagination maybe coming in for you to create solutions or to create a path forward, whatever the situation is. But there's communication involved here. You need to talk about these things. And use your high priestess energy, use your higher self to guide you at this time. Initiate change where it needs to be initiated. Take charge of the situation, but be open, be optimistic, be willing to make the changes to get yourself out of a rut or out of a direction which perhaps has gone wrong or gone awry. But just remember, everything is a learning curve, everything is a learning lesson. And that's what you're doing, you're learning. So this is self-mastery. It's mastery of change. But use your knowledge, your inherent knowledge, your intuition and your guidance, your inner guidance as your person is being asked to do. And you'll be able to navigate this. You'll be able to move forward and create the life that you want, whether it's just for yourself or for you and your person, however the situation is unfolding for you. But there's some sort of rearrangement, course correction, or new direction, or a regeneration or a renewal here for you. And of course, obviously, be honest. You need to be honest with yourself, and you need to be honest with your person. You need to be really clear about what it is that you expect, what it is that you're wanting out of a relationship, or what it is you're wanting out of your lives together, and just lay a new course, lay a new plan, and come up with something which is an improvement on what you have had before, or whether this is with this person or with other previous relationships. You want to approach things now and set off in a better direction. As I said to you, the third house is important. This is the house of communication. So this is everything to do with communication, written, verbal, body language even. Contracts and documents also come into this, whether you are purchasing a new home, or you're downscaling, or you're upscaling, or you're relocating, or you're starting a new life. Whatever the situation is, all of that may be coming in. Short journeys may also be implicated here by cars. There might be a map involved. The journey may require a bit of planning. But there's also learning, there's research, there's exchange of ideas, there's information going around, discussion. All of these things are important with your person, and obviously with others in your life. In some cases, this may be for certain family members, like general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings may be involved, or even neighbors, especially if you're renovating or you're changing something in your home environment. That all of these things may come up. But it's about communication. That's ultimately what it's about. You may be receiving news, or you may be giving news about something. You may be broadcasting. It could be electronic media. It could be via the internet. There's lots of ways that this can come in. Now, with the solar eclipse energy, as I said, Kali is just reiterating that endings and beginnings, the old must be released so that the new can enter. She is the ultimate get things done goddess. You do not mess with Kali. When she comes into your life, things will get done, whichever way. And it's up to you, your attitude and your approach and your optimism and your willingness to change or to redirect your energy that is going to determine how this is going to happen. It can be smooth and enlightening, and it can unfold in miraculous ways, or it could be really quite a tricky situation to navigate. You want to approach this with the best possible energy, and that is generated by you, So the old must be released. You've got to release certain things here in order to bring in a new beginning, or a new chapter, or a regeneration, or a renewal. And the eclipse energy is doubly emphasized here. It's come up 3 times in your reading. So massive energy, massive change. Be open and be excited about the change, because it's going to bring in wonderful things for you, and it's going to put you in a place where you can now move ahead with your dreams. Do what is right for you, or within your relationship or your family, or whatever is unfolding for you. This is a new clean slate, a new opportunity. So let go of the fears of releasing the old. Let go, because it's not serving you anymore. It hasn't worked in lots of ways. So release what hasn't worked. Keep what has worked, but transform it. Bring it in so that it's supportive of you, and be optimistic and willing to make the change. And she will move mountains for you. I do feel it's also connected to this show, The World, The Real You, full moon in Aquarius. So this is about the future. What is the future going to look like for you? All right. You need to talk about it. You need to welcome the change that's coming in for you. However much of an upheaval it may have been or may be for you, it's how you manage it that's going to determine the outcome. So show the world the real you. I do feel this is also about coming into your mastery, your self-mastery, coming into your power, your authentic power. Certainly for your person, that could certainly be the case, but it's also about you stepping into a brand new frame now. And enjoy it. Have fun. Love your body. Love your energy. Love your life. Make the most of it, and you may also have people around you at this time who can support you, who will step forward at this time. That can very happen when there's an Aquarian energy around. People just arrive, or they sort of rally around to assist you. So enjoy your contacts and your networks. Bring your friendships around you. But it's also show your authentic self. And don't be afraid to do that. That's going to, it's empowering, and that's what you need to do. You need to empower yourself now, and so does your person in their own way. This is about glimpses of the future, moving forward into the future, and enjoying the ride, and it's also about, moving into a world which is changing. Belief systems are changing, social reform, group consciousness, global consciousness. Lots of things are shifting and changing, and you looking at the trends and the movement of society and the way things are unfolding, and finding your niche, or just showing who you really are, so that you can draw towards you your niche, or the people that can assist you at this time.